Hello students, I welcome you all in this video. Today I am going to discuss the poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree. This poem has been written by William Butler Yeats. Let's know something about the poet. He was born in 1865 and died in 1939. He was born in Dublin, Ireland. He was one of the greatest Irish poets of the 20th century. He founded the Abbey Theatre in Dublin. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1923. Some of his notable works are Leda and the Swan, Death, The Second Coming, Sailing to Byzantium, and many more. His work was greatly influenced by the heritage and politics of Ireland. इसका मतलब है कि उनका जो लेखन था उस पर बहुत गहरा प्रभाव था आयरलैंड की संस्कृति का और राजनीति का. He was a driving force behind the Irish literary revival along with Lady Gregory, Edward Martyn and others. The Lake Isle of Innisfree is one of Yeats' earlier poems and also one of his best known. Let me read the poem. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bin rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and leave alone in the bee-loved glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnight's all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of the linnet's wings. I will arise and go now, for always, night and day, I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep heard score. First of all, Innisfree is a place which exists in reality. It is an uninhabited island within Lough Gill near Ireland. Yeats spent his summers as a child there. He likes that place. He has sweet memories of that place. So here Yeats is longing for peace and tranquility in his life. He wants to run away from the hustle bustle of the city life. I will arise, it means to stand up. And he wants to go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there. Cabin means a room of clay and wattles made. Wattles, twisted sticks for making fences and walls. टेढ़ी मेढ़ी लकड़ियाँ जिसे हम यूज़ करते हैं दीवार बनाने के लिए. Here poet says that he wants to make a small room of clay and of those twisted sticks. Of course, when he will live there, then he need food also. For that he wants to grow 9 bin rows. And he also wants to have a hive for honey bee so that he could get fresh raw honey. And live alone in the bee-loved glade. Glade is open space. So definitely when there will be hive, so honeybees will be making a kind of buzzing sound. So whole place will be full of that sound. So here poet has created an auditory image. And one more thing, most important, that this whole poem is a lyric. That's why it is giving a musical effect to the poem. You can see here in Innisfree, honeybee. These words are rhyming. Then maid and glade. These two words are also in rhythm. So here the rhyme scheme which has been followed is AB, AB. Next stanza. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnight's all a glimmer and noon a purple glow, An evening full of the linnet's wings. Again here poet is talking about peace. He wants to have peace, and he is talking that peace will be coming slowly, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. Vales of the morning. Here veil means a kind of a fine piece of cloth or material which we use to hide our face. हिंदी में उसे घूंघट बोलते हैं. तो veils of the morning here is referring to the cloud or fog, mist. Okay. तो क्या होता है उस समय पूरा क्लियरिटी नहीं होता है हमारे आसपास के सराउंडिंग्स में हो. तो उस सीन में पोएट को क्या फील आता है? उन्हें पीस मिलता है, उन्हें शांति मिलती है. To where the cricket sings. Cricket is an insect related to grasshopper but with shorter legs. So cricket is singing. In that also the poet is finding peace. There midnights all a glimmer. Glimmer means something which is shining. So during midnight, when stars and moon, all those celestial bodies are reflecting the light of the sun. So that's why they are shining. Then he is talking about the noon time. That time there is a purplish glow all around. So in these also poet is finding peace. An evening full of the linnet's wings. Linnet is a small brown and grey bird with a short beak. So here there is not a single linnet, but it means that the sky is full of many linnets. They are flying in the sky. In that also the poet is finding peace. Again here rhyme scheme is same. Slow, glow, then sings and wings are in rhythm. Veils of the morning. Here poet has used metaphor. And here morning has been personified. I will arise and go now for always day and night. Night and day. I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep herds go. Again poet is repeating here, I will arise and go. That means he is emphasizing on this point that he wants to go to Innisfree. Night and day, it means all the time. Then he is hearing lake water lapping with low sounds, that the water which is striking the shore is making low sounds. So he is able to hear that sound. Actually he didn't went to Innisfree, but still he is hearing that sound. That means that while he is standing on the roadway or even on the pavement, okay, then also he is able to hear that sound. It means that that place is somewhere in his mind. He is very much attached, or we can say he is very much feeling of going to his he wants to go to that place. I hear it in the deep herds go. He is hearing it, that sound in the innermost part of his heart. So in the first stanza, the poet talks about the need of the body, that is food. Then in the second stanza, he talks about the spirituality. And in the third stanza, he talks again about moving to that place in search of peace. So this poem shows our relationship with the nature. Nature brings peace and harmony. It pleases and enables us to live a life which is peaceful, stress-free life. So we must be close to nature and enjoy its beauty. We must spend our time in harmony with nature to make our lives less stressful and very meaningful. The tone of this poem is calm and relaxing. Let's come to the structure. This poem consists of 3 stanzas, consisting 4 lines in each stanza. Literary device used in this poem. Number 1, rhyme scheme. This poem is following the rhyme scheme ABAB, which I have already explained. Next is alliteration. It is the repetition of a constant sound in 2 or more closely placed words. For example, a hive for the honeybee. Here, her sound has been repeated. Lake, water, lapping, low. Here, the sound has been repeated. Next is assonance. It is the repetition of vowel sounds in nearby words. For example, I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree. Here you can see the vowels I and O. Next is anaphora. It is the repetition of a word or a phrase at the beginning of multiple lines of verse. It might also be used to create emphasis. Here you can see in 2 stanza this line has been repeated. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree. Next is imagery. It is the representation of objects, actions or ideas in such a way that it appeals to our physical senses. It means that the writer is writing in such a way that a picture is created in our mind. जो पूरा चित्रण है वो हमारे दिमाग में उतर आता है. Here 2 kind of imageries has been used. First is visual. For example, veils of the morning, then midnight's all a glimmer, noon a purple glow. Next is auditory image. Lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. Here you can feel that you are hearing the sound of the water is striking the shore. One more auditory image is there, that is of the honeybee. You can feel that you are hearing the sound of the buzz of the honeybees. Next is personification. It is when you assign the qualities of a person to something that isn't human or that isn't even alive, such as nature और household items. इसका मतलब है कि जब आप कुछ क्वालिटीज़ जो एक इंसान की होती है, जब आप किसी ऐसे वस्तु को दे रहे हो जो निर्जीव है या फिर कोई ऑब्जेक्ट हो जैसे कि, तो यहाँ मॉर्निंग को पर्सोनिफाई किया गया है. नेक्स्ट इज मेटाफोर. It is a word or phrase for one thing that is used to refer to another thing in order to show or suggest that they are similar. जब हम किसी एक चीज़ की तुलना दूसरी चीज़ों से करते हैं और उन दोनों का जो गुण है वो समान होता है. यहाँ क्लाउड्स का कंपैरिजन किससे किया गया है? वेल से. So I hope that you all have understood this poem. Thank you for watching this video.